Live.
Hi, I'm UNIKA Colbert, a Las Vegas realtor with Realty One Group. One of my goals as a real estate agent wasn't to become like a salesperson, but I wanted to be able to use my heart to your heart to connect people, individuals, and families to their dream properties. Whether you're investing in real estate by selling, buying, or even investing in a new property, I want to be that person that can help you to find that dream location. One of the things that I'm committed to professionalism throughout every part of the transaction. I'm committed to spending the time needed, necessary, that we will be able to find that perfect property. I, UNIKA Colbert, ensure that I have integrity, I do what is necessary, and nothing more. Thank you again for checking me out here, Las Vegas real estate agent at your service, Realty One Group.
All right, all right. Hey. We're
Yeah.
on. You know what time it is. You're on with Big J
Mac.
and also we have a special guest tonight. We are pumped up and encouraged. We have a young lady who runs and operates in financial service, and we're going to let Unika introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody.
All
I'm
right.
UNIKA
Woo.
Colbert. I'm currently living in Las Vegas, Nevada. And right now, I'm a realtor with Realty One Group, and I am a servant. Like I figured out a long time ago that not only is it my passion, but that is my purpose.
Yes.
So everything that I do, whether it's real estate, whether it's community service, I am a servant first because that's who I am and serve it to God first. I'm a servant to the community. I'm a servant to my family, my people,
Yes.
my friends. And so that's me in a nutshell. And I'm really looking forward to this. I'm excited about it just to share some of the things that I know and some of the things that I've learned throughout the years of, just the education, just life itself.
Right.
That I think that I can share with other people. So I'm excited. Thank you guys
Yes.
for
Yes.
having me.
Yes. No, thank you for being on with us. D, you want to say anything, Big D?
It's a pleasure to have you. I'm ready to get into it because there's a lot of people out here who need to know about the housing market and the process that you go through. So I'm just going to be listening in, and I'll just be giving you a few softballs, and we'll go from there.
Hey, first I want to ask you, Unika, um, being a graduate of an HBCU
Mhm.
and going to Grambling State, tell us a little bit about that experience.
Now let me tell you, everybody know if you're a Graham fam or even HBCU, everybody know Grambling. Let me just say that. Yeah, I am. I'm so grateful for my experience at Grambling. It's something because when I was in high school, we moved from LA to Louisiana with my parents, and it was a kind of a sudden move. So prior to moving to Louisiana, I had not thought about college at all. So when I was in California, in LA, middle school, almost high school, there was really no talk about like college, and especially
Wow.
not, historically black colleges. So
Wow.
no talk. So once I moved to Louisiana and in my 12th grade year, I still didn't really know what I was going to do. And I had a counselor come to me and say, "Unika, like, what are you doing after this?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And so my mom hooked me up with the he's the mayor of Bastrop now in
All right.
Louisiana, but he was a tutor for me. And this man is a genius. He taught me so much in a couple of years, and I took my ACTs at the time, and I said I'm gonna go to Grambling. But the thing about it, my mom went to Grambling first
Oh, wow.
years ago. She didn't complete Grambling because and she would tell us this story all the time. She would say, she was looking at everything that the other kids have that she didn't have, so it made her stop. And
Wow.
so when they took me, when I'm going to Grambling, they did everything in their powers to make sure I stayed there.
Wow.
Everything they could, as my parents, and I appreciate it. But Grambling itself opened me up as a person and knowing who I was. I was really shy growing up.
No way.
I was really, really shy. Like I didn't talk much to people. I mean,
Right.
people can tell you like I had like my best friend to this day was my best friend in high school. She still lives in Louisiana. And that was my friend. She knows every secret about me, but she's probably
Wow.
the only one that knows
Right.
everything. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I was super shy. But when I got to Grambling, like everything came up because I saw so many people like me.
Wow.
So many people.
And when you say so many people like you, what does that mean?
My sisters, my
Come on.
brothers.
Come on.
And it was so crazy because my brothers actually loved this dark skin, which
Yes.
I didn't have that experience prior to going to college,
Yeah.
honestly. And even though, we say we don't need people to love us, like us, we do. We want people to say that we're beautiful, we're sexy,
Yes.
we're all these things. And I can remember my husband now, he used to say, "Why you wear baggy clothes all the time?" Because I was trying to hide my shape, stuff
Yeah.
like that, and we
Yes.
wasn't dating, but he was to ask me. But I grew a love for myself just because
Wow.
of the people that I saw that loved themselves.
Wow.
The teachers cared, the instructors cared, even though if you didn't go to class, but I had instructors that actually cared because we saw them on the campus.
So
So if
so
you didn't
you
go ahead.
do you think an HBC is better for an African American child?
Absolutely. I told my daughter wanted to go to LSU. She was like dead gone ho on LSU,
My daughter
because
too.
she loves softball, just the softball team, just all of that stuff. And I just
Right.
said, baby, if you can just go for 4 years and get this experience, I
Right.
guarantee you it will be a life changer because you'll be able to go out in the world with a confidence that nobody can take away from you.
Wow. Wow. And
Because
and
the
and I know you're
leadership that you
excited.
get,
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Uh,
yes,
well, Samaj was
go
also
ahead.
talking about the brotherhood, and so did you join a fraternity,
No
A
sorority for
sorority.
the women.
I
Not,
a
didn't, but let
sorority?
me tell you. Let me tell you. I wanted to. I won't even say where, but I wanted to so bad. But look, let me tell you, they were suspended every year that I was there. So whatever they was
that was
doing,
God.
it was not meant for me to happen because like I was there for 4 years and the whole 4 years they were suspended and did not have a
Wow.
line until after I
Wow.
left school.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I will say, I think that, I really wanted to. I really wanted to.
Mhm.
Even now I do. So I'm not even gonna say that it's something that is a desire and I'm 45.
Right.
It's still a desire that I have because I see the brotherhood and the sisterhood. I have friends that are in sororities and it's just a natural, so I don't have that. I
Wow.
don't have
Hey,
that.
I want to talk about something else in your life because you're an African American young lady, an entrepreneur in her own right,
Yes.
doing those things which are necessary to set a foundation for your family, as with education.
Yes.
Being a real estate agent and a financial advisor, what do you see or what do you feel when you deal with people?
Oh my God. One of the biggest things, and this is something, my parents didn't talk about money, our finances, and things that they had going on when I was growing up. So,
Wow.
when they bought a house, like I didn't understand what that was. Like they didn't talk about it to us when they paid bills and things like that. Like that stuff wasn't discussed with us. So I
Wow.
didn't know, honestly, I didn't know the importance of my credit until I was grown.
Wow.
I
Uh,
didn't know the importance of, what I'm saying? Because think about it, when you that age, if you can go buy a car, you straight.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you
yeah.
can buy a
Yeah.
car with a jacked up credit score. You just gonna
Yeah.
end up with a 28% interest rate.
Wow.
But as long as you can get that note to where you want it to be, you don't even care that you paying on, this car for 7 years that ain't worth nothing in the
Wow.
first 2 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. So, what do you think about purchasing a home in 2021? And can you give us the factual information that people need to know? Because I see a whole lot of individuals now talking about purchasing home and property.
Look here, generation wealth is always good. So when you think about property, that's generational wealth. When you thinking about businesses, that's generational wealth. When you think
Yes.
about investment stocks and cash, that's generational wealth. So
Okay.
anytime you're talking about generational wealth, it's always a good time. The
Okay.
good thing now, like interest rates are at a place where no one's ever seen them. They're low, low, low. So whenever you can see an interest rate at 2%, two and a
It's
half
right.
percent,
The market is right.
the market is, that's why buyers started to swarm in and start like, what do we need to do to go get a house? So, and then remember the other piece, during the Trump administration, he allowed people to take out their 401k without penalty.
Mm,
So if I can
wow.
get $100,000 out of my 401k and I don't get penalized,
Right. It's worth it.
what else I'm gonna go do?
Yeah.
So people were swarm. They come in swarming into Las Vegas.
Wow. So you
Where
so Vegas is then growing and developing.
at a fast, rapid pace.
Wow. What is the average 4 bedroom home in Vegas?
4 bedrooms is about in the 400s.
And that's compared to California. What would be the price?
Oh,
About a million.
California probably about 7, 8, almost a million, depending
Wow.
on what area you're in.
Okay. Now, one more question for myself.
Uh huh.
What is the diversity as far as the market of people who are buying as far as black, white, Latino? Where is the purchasing power?
Let me see. I think it's. Oh, I don't know if it's one race over another. Believe it or not, Asians are on a lot in Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah. Right.
um, I think what really, like, when it comes to like African Americans, because we were coming from different places to a place that's super affordable
Facts.
that we can purchase, it actually went up a lot.
Oh wow.
Um, Vegas is majority white. It's not a lot of
I know.
blacks.
Right. Right. Right.
So there's still a majority,
Okay.
when you think about it in those terms.
Yes. Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you. Let me ask you another question. What do we? Because I see the people, and you're working with a lot of young people. I see, and you're
Yes.
working with people who maybe didn't even know they could qualify for a home. Talk to those people for me for a minute.
Man, that's my okay. So look, when I got into real estate, this is one of the things that I wanted to do. My goal was to help people that are renters that's
Yes.
already paying 15, 16, $1,700 a month or more,
Yes.
and that had a steady job, because you don't need a lot of money, 45,000 a year. So that was my goal. So when you think about that market, that's the millenniums, right? That 30 25 to 40 maybe years old.
Yes.
So those are the individuals that I wanted to attract. And my goal is, and still is, I want to help 50 people that are in that bracket, or in
Yes.
that avatar, that person.
Right. Right.
Um, Whether you're single family, or a single mom, or a single dad, or even a family, to be able to purchase a home, because it's so possible, especially in Las Vegas. Those individuals. Hey, Cameron. You see my baby jumped on. Especially the individuals that have been renting and pay their rent. So my last lovely couple, they're 30-year-olds, 30-year-old
Wow.
couple. Let
Wow.
me just tell you a little bit. 16. I think she makes like $16 an hour. He made like $18 an hour. Never knew that they can buy.
Wow.
But what they did was started to look at their credit. Now she was already really good with her credit, paid her stuff on time. She had over 700 something credit score.
Wow. Talk to him.
Had, like, she was already on top of that, always paid her bills on time. He wasn't so great with his credit, but then when they began to look at the credit, he started to just pay off stuff, and he got over 680 on his credit score, close to 700. And look, let me tell you what they did. All the money that they started getting from the stimulus, they put it
Hmm.
away. That's what they used
Wow.
for their down payment.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
I have a
Oh,
question because I'm a veteran, and sometimes well, being in the housing market, trying to find housing, it's a little bit more difficult as a veteran. Do you have any idea why that is?
Mostly because when you think about VA loans, they're a little bit more strict as far as their inspections and maybe like their
Gotcha.
appraisals and things like that. So when you're in
Hmm.
a market, especially like a seller's market, and people want to sell their houses for more than what they're worth,
Hmm.
a veteran, a VA loan is not going to let you do that unless you have the money to pay more.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
So in this market, it's just the market that we're in right now. So
Hmm.
you get a lot of veterans now that don't even use their VA benefits,
Hmm.
and they end up just getting a conventional loan so that way they can have more buying power. So it's not that veteran loans are bad. It's just about the education to sellers to let them know like their money is still good money. But we're in a market that sellers can sell for whatever they want. So people are buying people houses for $20,000 over their appraisal
Wow.
value, thirty
Yeah.
thousand dollars over the
Wow.
appraisal value.
And so it's
Wow.
business. It all comes down to the dollar.
Oh,
Everybody wants to be patriotic and everything, but ultimately, in this market and the world that we live in, it comes down to the dollar
right.
first.
The
So thank
crazy,
you.
yes, the crazy part is, let me tell you this. I saw some of my coworkers got their bids accepted during like Memorial Day and then
Hmm.
Veterans Day coming up. So utilize them time frames because people do feel like, oh my God, you're a veteran. Let me get this house. It's Veterans Day. It's Memorial
Yeah.
Day. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So they were finding that their loans were their not their loans, but their offers are being accepted just for that fact.
Wow.
So you gotta
Wow.
be
Hey,
creative,
whatever
You
So
better go
it
after it,
is.
D.
we gotta be creative. It's almost
Yeah.
Veterans Day, D. So
Yep.
look, you gotta tell your realtor to be creative and be good in timing and try to
Yeah.
get your offer accepted during the times that are best for veterans. You know what I'm saying? Because
Wow.
people do have a little bit
Absolutely.
of a heart. But when it comes to money, let me just tell you, you can have the story of the lifetime and these love letters that comes with their offers. But when it comes to
Mhm.
money, people be like, oh, I really want this family to have it. But look here, this person is paying cash.
Right.
I don't want to
Absolutely.
leave
Facts.
that on the
Facts.
table.
That is
Facts.
it.
We want to let everyone know again that we're on with Unica Colbert, a real estate agent out of Las Vegas. She's also a financial advisor. And matter of fact, I can't forget this. She's a Grambling State graduate. And I'm excited
Yes.
about that. Just to know that she's putting the diploma, the degree behind her work. That matters. Don't ever tell your kids or let them think college experience does not matter because it does. Unica, what about individuals who just feel that their credit is over with and they can't do it and they want to give up, they want to quit? What would you say?
Oh, they better call me. Look here.
Give me your
Um,
number.
look, 702-755-9819. Call me. So look, this is what I decided. I am going to I'm going to help people. If
Wow.
that's what they want to do, if they want to buy a house, they want to, get their finances together. I I found this out. Every great person has a coach or a mentor, right?
Yes.
So look here, I went and got a coach and a mentor. Bad sister out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
That's doing some stuff as a realtor. She taught me so much within 8 weeks that I can help some people with their credit.
You guys
So
better hear this.
yeah, so if people are really, really serious about wanting to fix their credit, I can either, I'm gonna do some packages to help, like fat fees. I honestly, I used to pay a company $89 a month to try to do this, and I had to do the letters myself. And sometimes I did it, sometimes I didn't. I don't want people to have to do that.
Right.
So I am gonna offer some stuff that'll be a flat rate, help them. I'm doing it. I got a partner that I partner up with that's gonna help do this, so I can still focus on real estate because credit is a lot. But I want to help people to do it for them, because when you give people the tools and you tell them to go do it,
Yes.
more than likely they're not gonna be motivated enough to do it. And then
Now,
so also,
do they have to be in Las Vegas, or they can reach out to you as a client and you will still help them?
Yep. And look, let me tell you this. If you in Cali, because I still got connections in Cali.
Yes.
If you still want to
Yes.
buy in Cali, I got a realtor friend that wanted to partner up with me that's in Cali. So he offered if I had some clients that's in Cali, me and him can do some work together.
Wow.
So if I can
Networking.
help you still in Cali or in Vegas, I'm still
Yes.
willing to help because they're my two cities. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
my two states that
Right.
I'm between. So
Right.
I'm willing to help. And then look, I got a lot of Cali people that wants to invest in Las Vegas as well. So
Wow.
if people are looking to even getting their credit
Yes.
together to invest in property in Las Vegas,
Talk
let's
about
do
that.
it.
Talk about that. Talk about because Las Vegas now is becoming another mega capital because of the Raiders. Let's be honest. Because the property in certain places in Las Vegas is not really overpriced. And what you're getting for your dollar is astronomical. So would it be a
Right.
good thing to invest money in Vegas in property?
Yeah. Look here. And the rental market is crazier than buying a house.
Right.
Rental property go within hours of coming on the market or putting their house on the MLS. They're going faster than purchases. So even
Wow.
if you invest in some property in Las Vegas, it's always going to be a win. People going to always rent from you. Now look, this is what a lot of people don't know. Like if you buy some property in Las Vegas, the city of Las Vegas and North Las Vegas no longer allow you as a new owner to put your house on Airbnb, but the city of
Mm,
Henderson do. So
mm.
those are things that you gotta know because if that's what you're thinking about, your realtor just has to me. It can be your realtor. Make sure that you purchase in
Yes.
the right location
Right.
for what you want to do. So if you want to,
Right.
I got a couple of people looking at some fourplexes, some duplexes. People don't always need somewhere to live.
Right. So Henderson is one of the better places, right?
Well, better as in what?
As far as living. No.
I, I didn't I
Where's
didn't say
oh
no.
is it
I
North
just
Las Vegas? I don't know that much. That's why I'm asking.
you know what? Let me just tell you this. Las Vegas has so many nice areas. It's full of
Right.
subdivisions.
Right. Okay, got it.
Outside of the strip,
Right.
so I don't know if it's a better Henderson is a better and not a better. Like I think
Right.
that all Las Vegas not that big either, but it is.
Okay.
It's kind of
Yes.
spread out about 45 minutes from one end to the
I
other,
can't stand it.
surrounded by mountains.
Yes.
So if you like mountains, greenery, things like that, not greenery, but the outdoors, things like that. Vegas has a lot to offer, like a
Yes.
lot to offer. Now you got to have
Yes.
a car because that
Yeah,
public
most definitely.
transportation
Most definitely.
is not that great. But
Yeah.
so honestly, I'm not even gonna say people just flock to Henderson for some reason.
Right.
I stay in Summerlin and I love
Okay. I like
Summerlin.
Summerlin too.
You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So it just
Yes.
depends on just what you want around you.
Right. I want to tell
Okay.
everybody to do me a favor. Make sure that you go to Unika's YouTube page, which Unika Colbert is scrolling in the banner. And do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, smash those like buttons on her page. Also, do us a favor, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when she uploads content because we're going to help her. All right. So we're going
Yes.
to help her pay grow.
Yes.
Go,
I have
go
a
ahead,
quick
D.
question. Let me see. I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Oh, so do you think the pandemic was good for the market or bad for the market as far as housing?
Um, you know what? The pandemic was is crazy because that's when the market went up.
Yeah, I saw
Wow,
that today when I was reading.
wow.
um, so as far as real estate is concerned, if you was a realtor or you was into buying real estate, during the pandemic is when real estate went skyrocket.
Mm, mm,
Wow.
I think what
wow.
Wow.
happened, let me tell you what I think, and this is just me talking. This is Unica, as my pastor used to say, this is Bishop Lewis. This
Uh
is
huh.
Unica talking.
Yes.
Uh, People were in their houses, right? And they had to stay
Mhm.
in their houses. They started looking around. Do I really want to be here? Do I want something else?
Yes.
Is it time to upgrade? Is it
Mm-hmm.
time to downgrade? Is it time?
Mm-hmm.
So people began to move
Mhm.
Yes.
during that time.
Yeah. Yes.
because they had time to sit down and really look at life. We
Hmm.
all did, right?
Yes, makes you reevaluate. Yes,
We all reevaluated our life.
yes,
We
yes,
all figured out what we wanted to do, whether it was entrepreneurship, whether it was,
yes.
starting a business, starting a
Facts,
podcast, starting like
facts.
whatever it
Yes,
was. We all
Hmm.
had a chance to sit
yes.
and determine. And so people did that when it came to even real estate buying, moving. And then when all of the interest rate went down, why wouldn't you go buy?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I
Facts.
now go get, if I was ready to upgrade because I was in that starter house, why wouldn't I go
Mm-hmm.
get it in a better house or a bigger
Yes.
house in a better area, or you know what I mean, next to the school that I want?
Hmm. So, what's a good credit score to have just to work with? Is, if I were to come to you and I say I have a credit score of blase blah, what would be something ideal that you want to work with?
Look here. So you can buy a house with a five, what, a 520, five
Well,
something.
why do they say 640 and above then?
What
Because
I
look,
know,
most
huh?
people want first time buyers money. So if you want to start
Mm,
getting money or getting grants and help, you need to have 640 or above.
mm.
If you have money, and it's a lot of people don't have the down payment. So when you need down payment assistance and things like that, that credit score needs to
Gotcha.
be above 640.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
you see what I'm saying? So that's
Gotcha.
Yeah.
why people are, that's why 640 is important, or even higher. Now when you get into like the 720, your interest rate is going to be better. You won't
Right.
need as much money down, things like
Wow.
Mhm.
that. So that's
Okay.
why having a better credit score in the 700s is a lot better to have,
Good question,
because
D.
you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
then your interest rate is low, and then you don't need as much money down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good deal.
So the good thing about it, so that's why I say credit is important, because even in this market now, seller's market, FHA loans is getting to the bottom of the stack, just like a VA loan. So
Wow.
you need to be coming in with a conventional loan, which means that you need to have at least that 680
Okay.
credit score or
Okay.
higher, so that way you can get that
Okay.
conventional loan, so that way your down payment is not as
Good
much,
information.
and
Yes.
you can get that interest rate that you need in that low interest rate. You know what I mean? So everybody kind of thinks that when you get a conventional, you automatically paying 20% down. That's not true. It depends on your credit.
Well, you just had Michelle Springs saying, "I'm ready,
I
cousin."
see. She ready for me. I know. Um, all right,
Wow.
cousin, I got you.
Right. This
Yes.
is this is one of our moderators, Marquina. She
Hi,
helps us on the
Marquina.
China,
Hey.
and that's Unica Marquina.
How you
All right.
doing?
All right. That was a good question, D, because I'm telling you, that's real important because everybody thinks that I gotta have a 640. I gotta have a 650. I can't get in the house. I gotta buy fix this,
Right.
gotta do that. Which
Right.
you should, but if you have capital, it puts
Right.
you in a place, you're in a different perspective, right?
Right, right,
Oh,
right.
wow.
And then also one of the biggest things that people, like, you can fix your credit, you can have your credit at a seven, a 780 if you want. But if
Yes.
your debt to income ratio is still, if your debt is high and income is
Mm-hmm.
low, that's still going to matter too.
Oh
So that's
wow.
something to keep in consideration when looking
Yeah.
at credit, that you get your debt down as
And
much
nobody
as possible.
nobody thinks about that because what happens, we all go make bills. And and I learned something years ago. That little $30 payment a month ain't gonna get it. It's gonna keep you in a revolving circle. And that's what
Right,
messes us up. Let me be real.
right,
Sometimes the capital ain't there. We go out, we make these bills, and now when you think it's there, it's not there. Now you're stuck. But
right.
I'm learning that it's not over. There's always an end to a mean.
Oh,
Always.
absolutely. It's nothing. It ain't over till you over, until your that dash is still at the end. You know what I'm saying? It ain't over
Yes.
until then. But let me just say, like, especially when it comes to like credit and stuff like that, it's just all about knowing how to use it. Like, I learned how to maneuver credit cards to
Yes.
make your credit go up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, we were taught, you pay during that due date, and you make sure that that credit card was paid, and at least paying that, like you said, that $30 or $25. Nah, I learned, call your credit card company, ask them when do they report to the credit bureaus, and that become, you need to be using that as your date.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Your statement dates. Look at your
Right.
statement dates. When do they report? If they so they do they don't mean nothing.
Right.
It's
Right.
when they reporting.
The
Right.
report.
When are they reporting your credit to the credit bureaus? That's your
Wow.
important date.
Wow.
Write this down real quick in my
Wow.
Look,
That
I gotta get that in the pad right there. Okay.
that's the date that's important. So if you got credit
Yes.
cards, get on the phone tomorrow, call your
Right.
credit card companies and ask them when do you report to all three of the credit bureaus?
Right.
And I guarantee you it's going to be close to whatever that statement date is normally.
Right.
And then that's the day that you make sure that your utilization is low. Keeping your
Uh,
utilization, I know they say 10 to 30%. I say 10% or under. I try to
Mhm.
keep mine as low as possible because that's what's going to drive your credit up.
yes. And I'm not going to say it's a hard thing, but young people get in that flow, even older people, and they don't realize how hard it is to get out of it.
Right,
Especially if your debt exceeds your capital, it's hard to get beyond that. And a
right.
lot of people don't understand. Could you talk about that? To where we have too much debt but no capital?
Oh, absolutely. That's when you need to start either trying to get things removed from your credit if it's something that's negatively reflecting, or start making calling them and saying like, look, I can pay this. What can I do to get this off? So it's really being conscious when we go buy things
Hmm.
to make sure that it's something that we can afford, for one thing,
Mhm.
that you
Yeah.
can, and then looking not just now can afford it.
Hmm.
How am I gonna, looking long term? Like, how is this gonna affect me long term?
Yes.
You know
Wow.
what I'm saying?
We have a comment on the screen, and that's Sister Felicia Martin that says, confirmation, Cousin Lachelle, I've been speaking with the Lord all day. Praise him. Give you step out on faith. I pray you step out on faith. Amen. All right.
Yes.
So we
Hey,
so we
sister.
And financial literacy is something that I didn't learn until I got in my 30s. I was 30. I was 30 in my 30s in the military, and that's when I started to learn about financial literacy from some of the other guys that I was serving with. So, I was talking to my son, and he wants to get into real estate and things like that.
there
What
you
would be
go.
some of the steps that you would take to if you were interested in real
Real
estate?
estate. Look, this is um when it came to real estate, it's something because I worked in housing. I've done a lot of stuff. Like, I had to look back over my life, right? And
Come on.
at one point in my life, I was feeling like a little like, dang, like I have done so many different things. But I was looking at it negatively at first, right? And God literally spoke to me and told me everything that I had done was to be a resource to other people now. So
I
I
know you're
consider
telling the truth.
myself
Wow.
as a servant for that reason, because I
Mhm.
wanted to be a resource. I want to be the answer
Yes.
to individuals of whatever they needed. So I've done housing, I've been in child care, the child care agency, Section 8. I was in, just I can look back on all these things: mental health, behavioral health, substance abuse, all these different things. At first I was like, nothing match. None of this stuff match over all of these years. And now I'm doing real estate. Like, this don't match. But it all comes full circle to be able to help people to be the answer that they need and be
Facts.
resourceful, right? So when
Yes.
it came to real estate, I sit on a board at a housing agency in Nevada.
Mhm.
And I've been saying it, me and my niece, Samaje's wife, who's like, we're going to go do real estate. We're going to do real estate. And I finally asked one of the guys, like, what do you think about me doing real estate now? Because remember, it was pandemic time.
Right.
Like, like, what do you think? He said, do
Facts.
it, because you're going to come in at a time of real estate where technology is important.
Wow.
Some real estate agents are old school. They're not going to keep up with that. You're young. You're going to be able to really get out there and help people to actually make this, what they say as an American dream, if that's the dream,
Yes.
or investment or
Yes.
generational
Yes.
wealth, to help people to get to that location. So all I did was find me a school, and I did the classes. Here in Nevada, it's only like, it's a 4-week class.
Mhm.
And then, honestly, let me tell you, when I say I prayed to God and asked Him, when I went and took the test, all I said was, Lord, can you bring the things that I read to my remembrance when
Come
I'm taking the
on.
test?
Come
Yeah.
on.
And when I tell you, when I took that test, question after question. I was like, oh my God. It was so bad that I started getting anxiety because he was doing just that.
Yeah.
Like every question, I had just read it in a
Facts.
book,
It just
right?
poof.
And
Facts.
so really it's just going to school. Real estate school is only preparing you for the test. How
Yeah.
you really learn in real estate is once you get your license. You ain't gonna
Hmm.
learn nothing about doing real estate when you are doing school.
Yeah. So how did you feel when you saw your first house?
Oh my God. And it was so crazy because I think I had everything when because I had my first sale was a seller. I sold someone's condo. So I was on the listing side, which
Oh.
everybody wants listings, right? Everybody, I want some more listings. So if you want to sell your house or you know somebody, please call me, let me know. But I think everything of that deal that could have went wrong.
Mhm.
So it just taught me so much. But to get to the place, to the end when it actually closed, when they say like we are clear to close, like so if you hear those terms where people say that that is the term that every realtor wants to hear, that we are clear to close, that you can tell your family on the other end. I was like, I saved that first dollar, and
Wow.
that's gonna be the dollar that I,
Yeah.
that I'll cherish forever. And it was my friend. It was her
Wow.
condo when I got my
Wow.
license. I sent out an
Mhm.
email blast to all of my friends because I am at a part of LAPI, which is Los Angeles African American Women of Public Policy Institute.
Wow.
It's a leadership program at USC,
Yeah.
and I graduated from there um, with a 10-week leadership program, right? And that was the awesome time of my life too. And I met awesome sisters during this program, and so I sent out an email blast to all of them to tell them that I was doing real estate now. And I got call, Unika, I need you to sell my condo, no
Wow.
questions.
Hmm.
Wow. Let me ask you a question. We want to make sure that, and then we're going to share the comments in the room. We want to make sure that people can get in touch with you at a safe number because
Yes.
I understand things and how they work. Can you give them a safe number to get in contact with you?
And when you say save my business line, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
um,
Only.
yeah, 702-755-9819. And then like I want everybody to follow me on my social media pages. It's
Hmm.
only one Nika. Facebook. Also I have a private Facebook group that's called Avenues to Success.
That's
And
right.
that's actually a business that I started as an LLC. And my main goal, I am a trainer by nature. So everything that I do, I want to give people information. So that's where I wanted to do it on Facebook. So if anybody, know anybody, invite them to the group. So I'll be giving tips and ideas and intimate little things.
Wow.
I'm even going to do some credit seminars for individuals in that group. So if anybody knows someone that wants to, do some credit seminars and things like that, I am going to do that. And that's going to be the group that I want to just kind of hold their hand throughout the process that they want, when it comes to home buying.
See, then what I'm saying is this. This is an African American young lady who succeeded, who's successful, not just in education, but in her drive and her purpose and her goal. And what she said earlier is listen, I didn't understand which way it was going, but it just happened because I was
Yes.
persistent. Don't quit. Just be
Yes.
persistent. Let's share some of the comments in the room. You got it, D?
Marquina, she says, but using a credit card gives you privilege, yes, but sometimes persons go beyond spending. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just gotta know your limit. And you just gotta make sure that, when you get these credit cards that you understand the purpose of them,
Yes.
and still don't leave, living above our means is what got us and get us in trouble every time.
Hmm.
So living within our means and understanding where we are, no matter what everybody else is doing around us. Cause social media will have you feeling like you are the worst person in the world,
That's
like
right.
you are not accomplishing anything watching
Facts.
people on social media.
Facts.
So you got to know like where you are, who you are, without allowing like all of those outside forces to get to you. So yeah, she's right. Like it's a privilege that can overtake you real
All right.
quick.
All right. We got another comment, Brother D.
Shout out Navy Federal for our vets. Yeah, shout out Navy Federal. Shout out USAA. That's what I go
Yes,
to.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
All right, we got Sister Soul Survivor say, "Go, Unique, go."
That's my cousin in Oklahoma. Hey,
All right,
cousin.
all right. And
Oh
then
wow, Oklahoma. Okay.
we have my niece, Sister
Teach us, Nika.
Sabrina, say, "Go ahead, D."
She said, "Teach us, Nika. I love numbers. Rooting for you. You got a squad, don't you?"
Yeah.
Hey, Missy. And then my cousin.
But see, this is the thing about it. This is a beautiful thing because people are being inspired. Young black
Yes.
women are being inspired.
Yes. Come
Young
on,
black
Doc.
men are being inspired because I'm pretty sure that you inspire Samaje. That guy's awesome. I think he comes from an awesome family, and you know it inspires us. This is what it's all about, to show our kids something more than just an athlete, to show our kids something more than just a
Yes.
rapper, or you know, we have so many different talents, and we need to showcase this a lot more. So big ups to you, my sister.
And man, when I listened to my nephew when he was interviewing with you guys, I was like a proud mama bear on the side, and honestly, he like that was the I think that was the best that I mean, I hear him talk a lot, but I just didn't listen to him with you guys and the things that he said. Like I was just like, oh my God, like I love him so much. And
Yes.
even with me going to Las Vegas, that's why I went to Las Vegas, right? That was my
Right.
nephew was there, and he's like, "Come, come, come," and then, and then we finally did it, and now they left me, but you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
it's all right. They still come to my house often,
Okay.
but
Let's
but
get.
but let me just tell you this: like when it comes to Samaje, one of the things that like he tells me a lot that he watched me so much, and I didn't know it, as I was growing up.
Yeah.
And when he saw me graduate from high school, how it motivated him. But then I graduated from college, and how it motivated him. You know what I'm saying? And how he looked up to me, and that meant a lot to me. So even to this day, to know that I have people watching me, I make sure that whatever I do, I'm doing it to, to honor God first. But if I honor him, then I know others would be, inspired by the things that I do and say to them.
Yes, I thank God I never listen to people anymore. That was one thing Bishop Lewis used to tell me. Robert Earl, you listen to what everybody say. You care too much. I thank God that's over. I thank God it doesn't matter. And from my
Yes.
perspective, as your Wednesday night Bible teacher, there was something different. There was no playfulness. It was just for real. It was serious when you came home from college.
Yeah.
You could see the plan and you could see your mind
Yeah.
always working. That's why I said I have to get her on the show so other young African American young women can understand that you can build beyond your situation right now. You can go. Here's a young woman that's before you. We have other people going to come on, but tonight you're shining, Unika, and we thank
Yes.
God for you. Let's get some more comments because everybody's talking. All right, all right. Let's see what it said here.
Said me too. That is my plans. That's Michelle. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna help you. My cousin. That's my miracle. She does my miracle touch. You see this? She the baddest, beautician there
Oh, she
is.
coming on too. She's coming on too because
Look
I'm
here,
telling you,
I go to LA to get my hair done. My husband's cousin was like, "You going to LA to get your hair done?"
because she
Okay, you
good.
bougie? No,
She
I ain't
good.
just bougie. I just know that what she can do for me.
Look, I remember I was doing Uber, right? And I was doing Uber, and I got a call to go pick up somebody at this shop on the laundry. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Lachelle's shop. And it's good to it. And this lady was, I think she was a politician or something. But when you know people who are like that, that means you're credible. That means there's something about you people want. And she can do
Yes.
some hair. She can do
Man,
some hair.
I was the first model. She used to do hair shows. She made me. I was a model back then. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yes.
walking a runway.
Go ahead, D.
Full
Go ahead.
survivor. She said, "Yes, yes, we have an awesome family." Hold on, no, let me say it like she said, "Yes, yes, we have
Yes.
an awesome family."
You got another one, D. What we got here?
Said, what should person be willing to sacrifice or to be ready to give up? Go from renter to home buyer.
Look, let me tell you. Sometimes them Starbucks. is a lot of money throughout the day. You gotta save money no matter what. Even when it tells you that they have these programs that you don't have, need zero money down, or you can get these grants, you gotta have some money to buy a house. Whether it's for closing costs, whether just for your earnest money, like be willing to give up something to
DoorDash.
save the money, or like you said, do a side hustle. Ain't nothing wrong with a side
Yes.
hustle.
Yes.
So you might have to give up a little bit of your time on a weekend, or you might have to give up, some of the things that you like. Like my sister that's talking now, she's an impulsive spender. So that's what she's saying now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she wanted them that go into the store and go on a clearance rack, but come out with $100 worth of stuff and only went to go get, something for $20 or $15. So we
Facts.
just gotta be mindful and be willing to sacrifice, going to eat out. We gotta
Yes.
be so when you want something bad enough, you will sacrifice. So if home
Yes.
ownership and you don't want to rent anymore and you don't want to pay someone else's mortgage, or you decide that you don't want, you want to be able to paint a wall when you want to, or be able to knock out a wall when you want to, sacrifice will come.
Okay, when you everybody's on here, there's a little dollar sign. I'm sorry, this is business. There's a little dollar sign when you type before you let it in. Do it. Give us a super chat or a super sticker. We're not begging anyone. It's just part of YouTube. If you're a YouTube partner, they give us these things because we own a business. But let's get some more comments.
All right.
Your daughter
Yeah.
is loving this. Unique. She's
Look,
loving this.
I'm so proud of my daughter. So, my daughter's at Grambling, and she's so active. She's so active. And I love it because she's
Go
even more
Cam, go.
active than I was at school. Like she got to Grambling and just like was into everything,
Yes.
and so that's she's a little mama bear at school. That's what her friends call her. She's still a little mama bear because she's always been. But definitely I'm so proud of her. She's a biology major. Her grade point
Wow.
average is over 3.5. I can't even think of what it is, but I know it's more than 3.5. And
Yes.
she's to be a junior, at the
Wow.
beginning of this semester. And so I'm just super proud of her. So thank you, baby, for watching.
Okay. We got another one, Big D.
Okay, Sharonetta Brilliant, she said, no, Unika, I was, LOL. Okay.
I think that was
Can Unika
I think
go
that
over the first time buyers program?
uh-huh.
Oh, there's so many of them. So this is where they come from. Lenders are the ones who have first time home buyers program, or even the cities that you live in. So that's where you'll find first time home buyer program. So whoever you're going through as a lender, shop around. When it comes to lenders, it's just like going to buy a car or going to buy something that you really want. Find a way to shop around. For the best lender for you that's going to give you the best deal, because every lender has something different. So when it comes to first time home buyer programs, some people have grants where you don't pay any down payment. Some people have where you don't pay closing costs. So it just really depends on what lender you go through and what programs that they have to make. She said, "What? To make." To for you to qualify for those programs. A lot of the first time home buyer programs do require you to go through like a class, so you can get a certificate to understand what you're going through, what you're going to be doing as a first time home buyer, like what that means, what that purchase means, what to expect. Kind of gives you like that roadmap. So a lot of them do require you to do some home buyers. So I'll do that too. First lady, I have a first time home buyer seminar that I will definitely schedule, so that way I can get people information on that, like precisely for them.
Awesome.
You got another one, D.
Okay, she said, please check your cities.
Yes, that's what I was telling. She was just saying what I was saying, like check the cities
Okay.
that you live in, because every
Okay,
city
yeah.
do have first time home buyer programs as well. And during the pandemic and all of the money that's been going around, there's lots of grant programs for first time home buyers with different cities that you live in. So she's absolutely right.
Yeah, she said, you speaking all facts.
I try. Should
Yeah.
you buy a certain time of year? For instance, if you buy a car at the end of the year. Ah, No, and look, let me tell you, especially in Nevada, Nevada don't even have state taxes, so it doesn't. That part don't really matter. A lot of people, buy. People move around more during the summertime, but I don't think it's no certain time to buy a house. Like more people move around at certain times of the year. When school's out, they want to get in an area that they're trying to get in before school start and things like that. But no particular time. You just want to look at the interest rates. When are the interest rate at their lowest? Try to get in when they have, really good interest rate. You see them start crawling back up certain times of the year, but then they go back down. So we just got to watch that kind of stuff.
Can you do me a favor and talk to those African American young ladies who are they want to quit, they want to give up, they don't want to go any further, they reject anything that's not going to please them monetarily right now, but
Right.
they have a future. For example, let me give you an example. Like we said before, I was talking to D. I started a blog in 2016. It reached 200,000 people. I'm
Mm.
like, okay, well, that's just a blog, whatever. And then we started the YouTube channel. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And no, the real talk. We doing podcasts. That went to 48 states. I'm like, well, whatever. I'm just doing something. Then we started YouTube to where we have over 100,000 viewers and almost 3,000 subscribers.
All
Make
right.
sure you subscribe to our channel
Yes.
within a couple of months. And I want you to tell people that there's something beyond that they can think and they see if they can only believe in themselves.
Yes. So I consider myself a CEO, Chief Encouragement Officer.
Wow.
Because so
I
if
like
you
that.
need some
Wow.
encouragement, call me 702-755-9819. On a
Wow.
serious tip, like I think we all get to a point where sometimes we feel like we're not gonna get to where we're gonna go. You just need people in your circle
Yes.
that are like we got a sister circle that we text each other all the time. We encourage each other, and I have some people even in real estate that we call ourselves accountability partners. You need to get with people that
Yep.
can help do that for you.
Come on, D.
We all need somebody that can help us to know that we
Yes.
need to keep going, because there's so many times and so many reasons of why we can quit, or when things fail, things are absolutely may fail or will fail, but it is not the end all tell all. What's next? What can we do next? So having someone that you can call, talk to, accountability, a sister circle, a brother circle, some type of I think that's just like, and that's the important piece.
Yeah.
Wow. Go
Yeah.
ahead, D. You got anything, D?
No, no, that's what I was just gonna piggyback off of. It's so because I'm an encourager too. I love to encourage people, and it's so important to have an example. It's so important to have somebody that's gonna tell you that, hey, this too shall pass. We go
Yes.
through things, and sometimes you just need that extra encouragement, that extra little push. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, Chanetta says that's why I'm always calling you.
Yes, that's my first
Yeah.
lady always.
All right.
But sometimes it's important to be that person for somebody, because you're gonna get those calls, and where you might not be feeling it, but you pick up anyway, and that could be the difference between that person, making a choice to grow or making a choice to fall. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what we were
Absolutely.
talking about the other
Absolutely.
day on our show. We were talking about PTSD and people who struggle. And I know you deal with that also, Sister Unica,
Yeah,
with Brother
mental health.
Samante. Yes. And
Yes.
it is very important that you have an open door policy, especially if you're a friend. And that's something
Absolutely.
myself and DMAC have come to the understanding. You know what? We're going to call each other. We're going to check on each other. We're going to make
Yes.
sure I'm all right. He's going to make sure he's all right. He's going to make sure I'm all right. It's just that thing. We're building something together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The Bible
Yes.
says he that desires a friend must first show
Show
himself to
themselves
be a friend.
friendly.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what we do. That's what we
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Would you like to give any more advice or say anything else?
Well, like I think I said a lot, but I just really, really appreciate you guys giving me this
Yes.
opportunity. I could talk a lot.
Yes. That's okay. It's
That's why I
good. It's
said,
necessary.
believe me, I used to be shy, but I'm not
It's
shy no
fruitful.
more.
It's
I gained
necessary.
I gained the confidence, and I just want to see
Yes.
other people, get to wherever they want. If
Yes.
if it's home ownership, if it's better their finances, if it's generational wealth, if it's whatever that is, like I enjoy seeing people reach their maximum level,
Yes.
being able to reach their highest level of functioning, whatever that is, whatever that highest level is, So I, just like I said, really appreciate you guys for this time and this platform,
Yes.
and I've enjoyed it.
All right. We're gonna have you back. We're gonna have you back.
Yes.
Yes, I want to say this. Make sure that you go by and that you subscribe to Unika's YouTube page. She's just growing. She's getting it started.
Yes.
We're going to help her. So we want to make sure that you're a part of that. If your family, if your friends, when you watch this live later, go by Unika Colbert. Unika Colbert. Her name is scrolling down below. Make sure that you subscribe. After you subscribe to her channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified when she uploads content. Also, smash that like button and leave a comment. Let her know that you appreciate the information that was given today because she is on fire. She's making it happen. And we appreciate here at Big J DMAC. Let's talk. Go ahead, D.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you for coming on. You've given me a lot of information, especially for my veterans, because
Yes.
we have a lot of questions, but we be afraid to ask or we don't know who to ask. So I appreciate it, and I hope those guys are tuning in so they can get this pertinent information.
Yes, and just remember, I'm gonna put some special things up. I'm trying to. I've been challenging myself to go live more often,
Mhm,
so that way I can give people information, in real time. But I'm
mhm,
definitely going to be doing some first time home buyer seminars, so just be looking out for that. And then I'll do some credit seminars. I'm gonna try to do the credit seminars like once a month, so that way people can hop on. So just be looking out for the dates, and I'll get those out there like ASAP, so that way people can know.
Don't leave yet.
Okay,
Your sister wants you to talk about some things.
I see her.
Let me go to this right here. Go ahead.
To talk about the importance of investing in self. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she
Ooh.
first asked, "Who did the encourager go to?" Like, I go to the rock of my salvation.
Come on now. That's what this
Look, look,
station is
look,
built
look.
on.
No, my sister is like my favorite sister, so I can talk to my sister about anything. I
Yes.
have great friends, like great friends that I can talk about. So I do have people that I can go to, even like she said, my sister circle, that we text each other. I can have a day. I think I can remember back in the day. I'm gonna say this quick, where I just woke up one morning just feeling like blah. I don't know if everybody, if anybody just ever just felt like blah, and I think I said it to the sister circle, and then one of them told me to get up, um, walk around, take a walk, because somebody needed my smile that day. So it's all
Wow.
about changing the way that you think to change the way you feel, right? So I did exactly what she said, and I came back because I thought somebody did need me and need my smile that day. So I got up,
Wow.
I walked around the building, I came back, and so it's all about changing the way you think about things. Going to change the way you feel about things, and in turn change your behavior, right?
Yeah, man. My niece just said the most powerful thing. I don't
Yes,
even she know it. Never be
yes,
afraid. When you have a person who won't ask questions, those are individuals who assume. And
yes,
90% of assumers make mistakes based on
yes,
their assumption. It's better as to ask the question whereby you know the truth. Because if
yes.
not, then you become a partaker. Man, that's deep, Donicia.
I love it. That's so
Yeah,
true,
that's a
so
young.
true, so
We're gonna
true.
have to have my niece on too. That's a young lady too, and hey, she's trying. She's doing it.
Yes,
She's raising a
yes,
daughter. You understand?
yes,
These stories need to be told. D Mac and myself are building these channels. Listen, I know entertainers that I used to work for that I can bring on here. That's not my thing. We want to bring individuals on here who look like us, who talk like us, who sound like us, who have our same stories. So we know if they have success, we can do it today, to do it also. I heard Pastor Brilliant say that today. He said, if God is blessing me, get in line because he's going to bless you next.
yes. And believe it.
Yes.
And believe it.
Yes. You always want to educate yourself. Come on.
Yes. Yes.
They ain't going to let us stop. Unique.
Giving God something to work with. That's my pastor has said that if you just give God something to work with, He'll do the rest. Like, so it's
Yes,
like you just gotta have the faith, do it, give Him something to
yes,
work with, and it's gonna work.
yes.
So that's all I'm
Faith
doing. I'm
without
just
works
giving
is
Him
dead.
something to work with.
That's it. D, say it again, D.
Faith without works is dead.
And that we get talked about on YouTube because we preach.
I know.
Because we preach.
Can't do nothing without Him though.
Yeah. Said Bishop,
Yes,
like you say, nothing beats
A
fail
fail
but a
but a
try.
try. That's it.
yes, yeah,
And there's no excuse to fail when you have opportunity. The word opportunity just means chance. Each day you wake
yes,
up is a different chance to do something different. That's why I applaud Unika because there's two type of people. There's a person who sits still and wait for somebody else to do it for them. Then there's a person who's a go-getter and go make it happen. They're a
yeah,
creator. They don't
yes,
sit back and wait to take something from somebody else. They go create for themselves.
yeah.
And we see it's getting late where you are because I
It's
see
starting the sun going
the sun.
down.
Yeah, yeah. But we want to say thank you again, and we applaud you for being an African American young lady who is finding success through the understanding of entrepreneurship, who's advancing herself, not just herself, but her community and her family. You are amazing for that. We say thank you so
Yes,
much. D,
thank
Yeah,
you.
same thing. I echo his sentiments 100 times over. Thank you for being here and look forward to talking to you more.
Yes, call me too if you ever got questions. I know you're in Texas. That's all right though.
all
I
right,
got
all
people.
right.
I got people everywhere.
See, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's what I'm saying. We want to
All
thank
right.
everyone for being in the room. We want to thank the panel tonight. We want to thank DMAC, Unika, because this was amazing. This will replay at any time. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and just hit this video. You can see it'll be up for a long, it ain't going nowhere. All right. So if you want to refer someone else, please share. But do me a favor if you don't do anything else tonight. Go to Unika's page. When I went there, there were 3 subscribers. Based on the people who were in this room tonight, I need you to go to her page and make sure that you subscribe to that channel because it's going to grow and it's going to go. We have to learn how to support each other. That is necessary to make.
Absolutely.
If not, then we truly don't believe in the word of God because we are what? God's creation. And the
Yes.
world by know us by our what? By our love. So again, D, you got something? Or are you good?
I'm good, man.
All right, we're gonna go out with this.
What's that?
Hi, I'm UNIKA COLBERT, a Las Vegas realtor with Realty One Group. One of my goals as a real estate agent wasn't to become like a salesperson, but I wanted to be able to use my heart to your heart to connect people, individuals, and families to their dream properties. Whether you're investing in real estate by selling, buying, or even investing in a new property, I want to be that person that can help you to find that dream location. One of the things that I'm committed to professionalism throughout every part of the transaction. I'm committed to spending the time needed, necessary, that we will be able to find that perfect property. I, UNIKA COLBERT, ensure that I have integrity, I do what is necessary and nothing more. Thank you again for checking me out here, Las Vegas real estate agent at your service, Realty One Group.